Yo, what's up, beautiful people? So, check it out, man. I'm watching right now. I'm watching Candace Owens, right? Get that off of there. Let me see. Let's remove this. I'm watching Candace Owens right now, and I ain't gonna lie. This is a good one. This is a good show she put together. Okay. It's odd, right? This thing that she pointed out yesterday, it is odd. It looks odd. Now, I'm not saying that she's, correct in her assumption about any of the past things that she said, right? All I'm saying is that the show she did yesterday, but what I just watched, it got me scratching my head like, yo, that is a strange way to respond, right? And I mean, I don't know. It's strange. So I wanted to watch it with you guys to let you see, because I know a lot of people have stopped watching Candace, right? I'm still dedicated. I'm still dedicated to this, so I'm watching. And with the video that she showed, it does look really strange. I'm just gonna say that. Now, am I validating all the past things that she said? Not at all. The things that she was right about, I'll give her that. About the pressure, that he felt pressured. She was right about that. He did. We already know that came out with the text. But all the extra stuff, I'm not too sure about. But this video that you're about to watch, okay? Tell me that this doesn't look strange. It looks strange to me. It looks really, really strange to me. What's up, chat? I see you guys all now starting to come in here. What's up, Binary? What's up, Joe? What's up, Raquel? Yeah, man, we about to get started, you guys. So do me a favor, smash that like button, share this video out, and let me know what you think. Okay, let me know what you think. So without further ado, let's bring it on up.
Vibing for me in that picture, but maybe he was. Maybe the truth is that LBJ simply, to use an expression, had his wits about him, and JFK had a plan. Like in the event that he had been horrifically assassinated in front of the world, JFK maybe had a succession plan. Now, if these terms I'm using here sound familiar to you, it's because they should sound familiar. It's the exact terminology that was utilized by Pastor Rob McCoy just 4 days after Charlie was murdered.
Now, she's about to show you the pastor, right? That's not the video, but listen to I want you to pay attention to what the pastor says, because I ain't gonna lie, man, this episode so far, I haven't finished it. What I just watched made me want to come live and watch it with you guys. So I haven't seen the whole episode, but we're gonna try to get through it. But she got me scratching my head.
In front of his congregation, he spoke about Charlie's succession plan that he was somehow privy to. I don't know why, but he knew 4 days later and announced to the world that Charlie indeed had a plan. Take a listen.
Everyone's worried about the leadership of TPUSA. Don't. He was wise enough at 31 to put together a plan for succession. It's very clear what they decided, and they're implementing it now.
Amazing.
Sounds okay, normal, right? It's like, okay, they implemented a plan. That's what they had. I get it. Let's keep watching.
I mean, amazing. So on September 14th, we were made aware of this succession plan. And I find that to be fascinating. The people who didn't even know Charlie all around the world seem to be fighting harder for him, fighting harder for truth. And it is, in fact, thanks to people on the internet like Sam Parker, James Lee, Ian Carroll, Zeb Boykin, many others.
Okay, so before we keep going with all these names that she just mentioned, right? Here's the problem. Like, this is the thing. And I just want to point this out before we keep going with Candace, right? I understand all these people that are questioning what happened to Charlie Kirk. I totally understand. Here's the issue, though. Here's the problem that makes you lack credibility, right? The people that are on the I hate Israel side, they're going to hear you all day and they're going to hear you out. No problem at all. because they agree with you about hating Israel. That right there is enough for them to say, hey, I'm going to listen to this person because they got it right about Israel, right? But then on the flip side of that, people that don't hate Israel so much, like myself and others, maybe we have questions about the government or critiques about the government or the way that they handle things, but we don't flat out hate Israel, and we don't talk about, you know, the Jews and all of this kind of stuff the way that these people that she mentioned and herself do, right? So what's up, Lucretia? What's up, sis? So the thing is that when you're talking to an audience that is trying to unite people, right, or doesn't want to have division, they get turned off automatically when they start hearing all this Jew rhetoric that people put out, like Candace, Ian Carroll, all these other people. Which, by the way, Ian Carroll, before all of this stuff happened with Charlie, I loved watching his videos, like his conspiracy videos. Like I was a super fan. But then when I seen this is me in my mind, right? Anytime I hear somebody hating Jews, right? And it's just Jews. They don't make it about Talmudists. They don't make it about a sect of Judaism. No, they're just talking about Jews. Automatically in my mind, I'm like, okay, this person got some Nazi rhetoric going on inside of their brain. I can't really even identify with this person because in my mind, see, I don't put everybody in a group as one. I don't say that all the Jews or all the blacks or all the whites. I don't do that. I differentiate. I say the racist, right? If there's a white person that's a racist, I don't say that white person. I'll say that racist. If there's a black person that is a criminal, I don't say black people. I'll say that criminal or that gangbanger, that thug. If there's, you see what I'm saying? If there's a person that practices some wicked things within Judaism, I call them a Talmudist. I don't call them the Jews because in my mind, that's not a Jew. To me, a real Jew is somebody that points to Christ. That's just me. Somebody that's from the bloodline of being an Israelite that says, hey, Christ is king. That to me is a real Jew. Everybody else, they not real Jews to me. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But that's how my mind works. And a lot of other people have a different way of looking at things, which will turn them off when you start talking anything about a broad blanket, you know, a blanket statement about the Jews or the blacks I get turned off by anybody. This is the reason why I never followed Candace in the first place back in the days, because the way that she would talk about black people instead of identifying the criminal element within what she would consider the black community or any people, right? For that matter. That's just me. But again, I have a different way of thinking. But let's keep going.
And a video from September 10th has gone pretty viral. Okay. So let's take a look at this. It's a video of.
Shout out to my sister, Lucretia Hughes. If you guys ain't following her, you need to be. I love watching her, bro. I'm going to tell you guys something. If you don't watch Lucretia, I don't know what you're doing. She'll get you in the morning, coffee with Lucretia. Let me tell you something. Yo, it'll get your heart racing, man. You laugh, you get serious for a second, then you're back to laughing and you get informed. So check out Lucretia Hughes if you're not following her already.
Of course, Pastor Rob McCoy's son. His name is Mike McCoy. And you're going to see what he does, not in the seconds following Charlie getting shot, but in less than 1 second after Charlie gets shot.
This part right here, guys.
These are not seconds, less than 1 second. You're going to watch what Michael McCoy does. First, let's hear his daddy's version of the events. Take it away, Pastor McCoy.
As a father, I want to protect my son. And I thought, I got a plan for you, son. He said, Dad, that's not Charlie's plan. And you know what? I'm looking at my son who's 24 years old. Justin's the CFO, chief financial officer, and Mikey's the chief of staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. I said, okay, son. He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him.
Okay, so that part, you just heard the pastor and the father of this person that she's talking about, right? And at first, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, okay, what's wrong with that? He said his son had his wits about him, and he got on the phone with him and told his dad, yo, get all the pastors together to pray for Charlie. He just got shot and he had blood all over him, right? Okay, now watch. Oh, what happened? Sorry, guys, that was on me. That was my bad.
And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. I said, okay, son. He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him, and
Two things I want you to remember here. You may have caught that, but he said, I was watching. And the minute Charlie got shot, he called, and Mikey McCoy says to his dad, Charlie's been shot, pray for him. He says the minute, maybe he's being a little hyperbolic. We're going to find out. I'd certainly like to find out. But he stops himself. He says, I was watching. Watching what exactly? What were you watching? I want to remember that.
We're going to find out right now. Watch this, you guys.
It's rubbing me the wrong way. And I'm going to tell you why that's rubbing me the wrong way in a little bit. But the bigger thing is that he says Mikey had blood all over him. Except Mikey did not have blood anywhere near him because Mikey was behind the tent when Charlie got shot. And Mikey, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange.
All right. Y'all hear this, right? In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's going somewhere crazy again, right? That's what I thought. But
he puts his phone to his ear and he begins a conversation. So we're going to watch that clip in its entirety. Mark is going to bring it in.
hold on. Wait. Oh, yeah, you can see it. So the shot just happened. This is the dude back here. All right. Pay attention to this. Okay. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
So we decided to slow this clip down, and we're going to watch this clip slow down so you can see that it is exactly 834 milliseconds from the time that you hear the shot. That is how long it takes for Mikey McCoy to put the phone to his ear. Now, why is that precise timing so important? Because there's no dialing.
Okay. Now, before we keep going, you heard the father. This is the thing that got me scratching my head. And given I haven't watched the whole show, and you know me, I gotta play the devil's advocate and all of this because we don't really know the whole situation, right? Right now, the clip that we just saw and that we're gonna see again is the pastor said that he was on the phone with his son, and his son told him get all the pastors together, pray. Charlie Kirk just got shot. He said he had his wits about him and that his son had blood all over him. Now, what I noticed right off the top, dude's way in the back. If you look at his phone, it's right here on his chest, like he's just holding it. And then as soon as the shot happens, he picks the phone up to his ear and then walks. Everybody else is just running. My man just walks with the phone up to his ear. Now that is strange to me, right?
Mikey didn't have time to dial, okay? You can't dial and put your phone to an ear in 0.834 seconds. The next time that you're going to see Mikey McCoy, as we just showed you, is in just under 2.5 seconds on the other side of the tent. He's on a phone call. So we can track Mikey, but let's watch the clip again in milliseconds so you really grasp how quickly this transpires.
Boom.
So when this
up.
clip was brought...
Everybody's running. My man's walking.
There we go. We're tracking that. Yeah, when the clip was brought to my...
That is strange, bro. We can't say that that's not strange. So it got me in my mind thinking like, what the heck? Who is this dude? I don't even know who this person is. Mikey McCoy. I don't know. I just been watching Candace's stuff and then checking X with the people that's running Turning Point right now, taking over Charlie Kirk's show. But yeah, that is strange. That was strange.
Attention. I obviously have a file. I have a big folder of files of every angle, and I decided to track Mikey from every angle available to see, like, maybe we just missed it, and he did at some point put that phone down, dial a number, speed dial, hold down one. I don't know. Maybe we missed it because that seems automatic, right? 0.834. That seems pretty quick. And no, he doesn't do that. We even have him in front of Charlie's car. When Charlie is brought to the car, the waiting car rather, he is still on the phone. And I can show you the clip of that. Take a look at this. Don't worry, we'll slow it down for you. See him in the background with the backpack.
Hold on, let me run that back. You see that?
Put that phone down, dial a number, speed dial, hold down one. I don't know. Maybe we missed it because that seems automatic, right? 0.834. That seems pretty quick. And no, No, he doesn't do that. We even have him in front of Charlie's car when Charlie is brought to the car, the waiting car rather. He is still on the phone, and I can show you the clip of that. Take a look at this. Don't worry, we'll slow it down for you.
Where? Which one is him? Can y'all tell which one is him? Is it this person? This guy's just standing here.
See him in the background
Oh, okay, right here. Behind the car door. Okay.
with the backpack. It's Mikey McCoy. Okay. So what are we to make of that? The only logical conclusion that I can come up with, and many others, because I've pressed, I said, play devil's advocate. I want you to advocate for Mikey McCoy. I want you to play lawyer, and you are representing your client, Mikey McCoy. What was he do? How did he do it this quickly?
Okay, so as we just seen in the comments, somebody said that he could have been streaming it to his dad and then pick the phone up and be talking, right? But here's the thing though, like this is the thing. The dad said that he was on the phone, or he got a phone call, so that wouldn't make sense. The dad said that he got a phone call from his son, right? And said that, Charlie just got shot, to pray for Charlie. And that he said his son was covered in blood. That's the part that got me scratching my head. It's like, okay, well, maybe he's misinformed. I don't know. Or maybe he's just embellishing in front of the people that he's talking to. I don't know. But all of that in this, it's like, it's strange, right? If we go with what we just know right now from what we just watched, and that all seems strange. But again, I haven't made it through the whole show, so let's see.
No one could win this game. The only logical conclusion that we come up with was that Mikey was already on a phone call at 12:23 p.m. By 12:23 p.m., he was already on a phone call. So I said, let's go back a little earlier.
Okay, wait. You say they did discuss it yesterday on Charlie Kirk's show. According to everyone, Charlie was adamant that if anything happened to him, they were to call Erica first, so she didn't have to hear it from the news or something else. Okay. Say he has legs and was pushed out of the way, and he called his dad immediately. Yeah, it could be.
In the footage and see if we can find when he actually maybe dials onto the phone. Maybe we can see him pick up the phone and begin a call before the shot takes off. And then after beginning that call, if we're following this logic, that would mean he puts his phone down until Charlie gets shot. And we were able to find what we think could be that moment. And I can tell you that it is 1 minute and 45 seconds approximately before that shot goes off, and we can watch that here. You see Mikey's on his phone here.
See, but right here, you see he's looking down at his phone. So maybe he already had dialed. Like, we're just seeing the clip right now. So if you look at it, it looks like it's on his chest. It's not. He's holding it like this, right? This is how he's holding his phone. So he could have already very well had the freaking number dialed into the phone. Like, he might have been right there literally pressing call. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see where she's going with this. What are you trying to say is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm waiting to see what she's going to say. What are you going to say he did?
And you're going to see he pulls it up.
Yeah, he probably did. That he already done called. He already did what he did, and now he's pulling the phone up like this.
And he starts to cover his ear again. Now,
he's on the
that
phone.
Could be unrelated. Again, we're taking a guess here. That's what made the most sense to us because we couldn't justify it in any other way. And I want to be clear, we're not here to make assumptions, okay? And we wouldn't have to make any assumptions if Turning Point USA could just tell the truth. They could just be open, and they could be honest about everything. Okay, I obviously went out to both Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvett for a statement, asked those two questions. Hey, who were you on the phone with? What's going on here? No response. Weird. Because if that was me and I saw clips going viral and people were drawing conclusions from that clip, thinking that I was already on the phone, thinking that my reaction was weird, I would instantly hit back. I'd say, here's my call log. You want to know who I was on the phone with? 911, obviously.
Okay, so this is where you start. This is where she starts to lose me. Now, I was with it, but this is where you start to lose me because now I see where this is going. Now you're trying to make it like maybe this kid had something to do with it. That's what I feel like we're headed towards right now. I might be wrong. Let me not prejudge. Let's see.
Freaking out. I called 911. I didn't know what I was doing. Here's my phone. Here's my whole call log for that day. But this is, I don't know. I guess we live in a world where that doesn't make sense. I would have.
So here's the thing, right? And I talked about this yesterday on a live Instagram with Suni and Mo, right? So Candace is demanding all these text messages or all this proof from these people, right? Now, if we all been paying attention to Candace's show, when she dropped the text message, right, the screenshot of other people's text messages, by the way, not even her own, other people's text messages, the thing that it proved was, yes, you were not lying about Charlie feeling pressured by people to, take a certain stance or to not platform certain people like Tucker. But then you pivoted and made it about you coming on to Charlie Kirk's show or being on stage with Charlie Kirk again. And you guys, just going on this little tour, and they took him out before you guys can have your reunion. But you notice one thing, and I want everybody to notice this. You notice that Candace has not dropped a single text message that's not super old between her and Charlie Kirk. If it was true that Charlie Kirk was going to bring her back on stage with him, as she tried to say with that text message when he was upset, obviously, he's pissed off people taking his money from him because he's about to bring Tucker on. His response was, well, I'm thinking of bringing in Candace. And in my mind, the way that my mind read that was, oh, so they want to be mad about me bringing Tucker Carlson on and try to take money from me? Okay, well, let's see how much they'll like it if I bring Candace back, because she's really far gone on their scale of people not to talk to. But you notice that she had to use that text and not a text from Charlie to her saying, hey, I'm thinking of bringing you back on. Anybody question that? How come Candace hasn't shared a text message from her and Charlie prior to his passing, close to the date of him passing? How come they don't have a text chain? They weren't even friends, following each other before he passed away. Why is it that people are making it like, I know she's trying to say that that's her best friend. I disagree. Personally, from everything that I've seen, everything that I've been watching, I don't see her and Charlie being best friends as she tries to make it, right? Maybe they were. Maybe secretly they were besties. I know at one point in time they were close, Not saying that they weren't close prior to him passing, but best friend, come on. How come there's no text messages that you shared from right before he passed? How come he has that text thread between these guys and he's upset about Jewish donors losing money? How come there's no text to you saying, Candace, you were right? How come? How come there's no text messages between you and Charlie that you dropped that say, hey, Candace, I've been reconsidering all of my thoughts. You're on to something. Hey, Candace, you're right. Hey, Candace, I'm thinking of bringing you back on stage. How come those texts aren't out? And the reason why I'm getting into this right now is because, again, you draw me in and I'm thinking, okay, that's strange. And then you go somewhere left with it. Like this dude did something nefarious.
Issued a statement to dispel any rumors, but they have not. Here's what I want to say. And I honestly understand I'm preaching to the choir here. Everything about this is wrong. You know it and I know it. I actually know it better than most because I helped build that organization. And that's why I am almost the perfect person to discern what is normal and what is abnormal in terms of what happened at that college campus event. In fact, when I did my tribute to Charlie, this is unbelievable. Remember, just after he died, I posted a video to my friend Charlie Kirk, and I shared a clip of him at a college event, and he and I were laughing, and I'm going to show you that clip in a second. And I said, I don't even know which college this is when I showed the clip because I didn't know what college it was. And unbelievably, it was UVU. I kid you not. Let's rewatch that clip.
If you aren't wealthy, white, and male, Charlie Kirk is not your friend. What do you think?
Are you not my friend anymore?
Are we not friends?
Is
Is that right?
Find out. It's not going to find out. A sign outside of a thing, an event that we just did that you're not my friend.
Go figure.
Okay, that's cool. Again, though, how come all these videos have to be like, what was that, like a year ago? Was that a video from a year ago when they did the tour? I understand that, right? I'm not challenging the fact that you guys were close at one point in time, but I don't think that you guys was like besties before, he passed away. You were going down two very different paths. Yes, Charlie had some issues with Jewish donors, and I agree with all of that, right? We've seen that. He was questioning things. His own friends said that he was questioning things. But the way that the way that you're going so hard right now, Candace, beyond the scope of who took out Charlie Kirk, right? You're turning it into this is the problem that I have. You're turning it into Charlie had these feelings and thoughts that you share about Jews, is basically what I'm gathering. And I just don't see that. I haven't seen that in any evidence. Yes, he talked about Jewish donors taking away money, but in no way did he talk about the Jews. He talked about stopping doing pro-Israel content, but in no way did that turn into hatred for Israel or hatred for Jews. That's the issue that I'm having. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
It's unbelievable that of all the clips we picked that, and I had no idea it was UVU. The point is that I hit college campuses with Charlie Kirk for 6 years. I don't believe that there is a single living, breathing person who has spoken at more college campuses alongside Charlie Kirk than me. So I knew that things were weird when I saw first and foremost, the camera guy, the one who takes down the camera. Seeing him lingering alongside Charlie at the event flagged me as weird immediately. Okay. That's why I reached out when people saw him taking down the camera. I said, what is this? Why are you here? Literally, why are you standing next to Charlie? I've never at any college event ever in 6 years had that man standing next to me at an event. Okay. Sometimes he wasn't even there. Other times, of course, when you are in AV, your job is to be somewhere quiet.
I ain't gonna lie. Now, she got me with that part too. That's strange. That is strange. But then again, playing devil's advocate, is it that strange? Because what if that footage was taken? I mean, that's their job, obviously, is to get their equipment up out of there. Was it his camera? Was that his camera? Maybe he's a video guy, wants to get the stuff down. But do the feds have it, is the question. Like, was any of it? And probably, most likely, obviously, if they're seeing these videos, they're probably like, look, we need all angles. We need a copy of everything. So, that is strange, though. In hindsight, looking at it, like, why would they just jump up there right after this dude just got shot and start taking down the equipment? Why wouldn't they wait for the police? Or I understand. I get that. That's a credible or a valid question to ask. Why would they do that?
Your job is to have on like headphones to make sure the audio is good. Maybe the idea that they're miking, the person running a company is miking you up is completely absurd. I didn't like it. It felt new to me. And you know what? When I called him, things got pretty weird. He acknowledged that a lot of new stuff was happening on that day. And I inquired to him immediately about the subtle changes that I recognized. And the thing that struck me as wrong was that he lied to me. I don't know why he was lying to me, but a lot of the things that he said didn't make sense. And I'm going to speak more thoroughly about what it was that he said, because obviously I recorded the phone call. I, of course, asked him why he took down the cameras so quickly. I asked him to, first and foremost, simply show me the footage, because that's all I wanted to do. I'm thinking, again, we're all going to get the band back together and solve this murder. And he got weird. He got really weird. I said, I just want to see the footage so I can debunk. I know that you don't want to put more footage out there. That's fine. But just show me the footage so I can debunk all these internet conspiracies that you were hiding something. I was not suspicious of Turning Point at all, actually, when I called. And I asked him again, what's the reason? What's the reason for taking down the cameras quickly? Why hasn't the footage been released? Let me see it. And he told me that he had spoken only to Erica and the feds, that he had.
Okay. Right there right there should be enough. What she just said. He told you that he talked to Erica and the feds. The only two people that he needs to. That's Erica's husband, and the feds are investigating the case. Candace, as much as you like to believe, that you're that important that somebody needs to turn over all evidence to you, they just don't have to. They have no obligation to, regardless of whatever conspiracies you try to put together or thoughts that you try to put out into the world about people who don't want to cooperate with you, you're not the feds, sis. You're not the feds, and you're not his wife.
Regarding the footage, that is, he specifically told me that, as I said earlier, that he had secured that footage because he wanted to prevent Erica, as I told you, from having to relive that moment. And that made entirely no sense to me. I told you guys, because we all can watch Charlie Kirk be murdered over and over and over and over and over again. So how are you sparing any emotions here by taking down the back footage? And then it made even less sense to me and appeared to me as a lie once I saw the footage on FaceTime, when I realized that there was no blood on Charlie. So it was the least traumatizing footage of all. Why be so secretive about it? He then told me that he needed to speak with Turning Point lawyers first to see about releasing the footage. I said, okay, fine. I let him take a couple of days off, and then we got back on the phone. And I said, look, that's kind of a BS excuse too, because you run your own company and the footage is owned by you. He then said, okay, yeah, I do own the footage. I just wanted, just coordinate, check, whatever. Okay.
I just want to say, yo, Candace, I'll give you this, girl. You are very persistent. You really are. And I love you guys. All my people that's on here with me right now, I love you guys. Binary says any cover up requires securing the footage. I love how skeptical we all are. I love that we do question everything. I'll say that. I love that we do question everything. But I mean, there's just got to be a line, bro. Like, I understand questioning everything, but I guess who's asking the questions matter. I think that's the thing. If somebody that was more credible that didn't, lie to me when I watched their show, I would be okay more with them asking questions. But Candace has lied to me a couple of times, and the rest of the people, but we just excuse it.
Kind of a lie number 2-ish. Then he said something that really bothered me. He said, I don't know how to send the footage. Like the file was too large. Oh, I was born yesterday. So you run an entire AV company and you don't know how to send footage. That didn't smell right to me. It got even more bizarre. He told me, and this is when I was extremely uncomfortable. He said, after I offered, you can just use.
Just want to point something out real quick as an editor, right? And a person that films, right? Just because you own a company does not mean that you know how to operate all the equipment or to send out files. And by the way, those files on those cameras are massive. And depending on how they recorded it, I don't know if they shot it in RAW or if they shot it in, a smaller file, but it's a huge file. And then if you're gonna, and I guarantee you they have to edit it up because them files are massive. And that thing was probably going for how long was it? We'll say 30 minutes. 30 minutes of raw footage it's more data than most people's computers can handle. Like I got a 5 terabyte external storage to put my stuff on, and those are smaller clips, right? 30 minutes of footage is huge. It is a huge file, especially if they shot it raw, for, grading and making sure that the quality is just perfect when they put out the footage. So, yeah.
We transfer. He said, I don't want to just send the footage over the internet that's behind Charlie's head because I'm worried that Google might hack me.
Okay.
I swear on everything I love. That's what he told me. He was afraid that Google was going to hack him.
Why is that strange? Most of us here are skeptical about anything that has to do with anything, especially technology. People have been hacked. You know what I'm saying? That's not strange. Raw footage takes less than edited. No, that's not true at all. Raw files are massive, 100%. Raw log footage is massive files, massive. Ask anybody who edits or films. They're huge.
So at this moment, I got a little bit, I looked at my team and I started snapping across the table and I was like, I said to them, literally, guilty of something. I don't know. This is weird. What a stupid lie. I mean, what do you mean just Google? So I said to him, I said, let's just pretend that that does happen. For whatever reason, Sergey Brin is sitting around and he's going, I want to hack this person because I want to see footage behind Charlie's head. Does it. Whatever. And then he gives the footage to Fox News, CNN, and they play it. And what happens after that? I said to him, I know what happens after. We all get to see Charlie Kirk die from a different angle. We've seen it die from 1,000 different angles. Like what is actually changing if Google hacks you? Weird. A weird thing to say. I also asked him who he was on the phone with after Charlie got shot. And he told me, and I kid you not, he was on the phone with the ops that were back in Arizona watching.
Okay, stop real quick. For all the people in the comments, thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Lucretia. For anybody that's saying that raw files are not huge, then you don't edit. You don't film. If you record anything in raw, okay? Log files or raw files are massive. They're huge. Okay? This is not a debate. You can Google it. Literally. They're massive. Okay?
And I said, what ops? We don't have people back in Arizona watching when we do college campus events. Is that something new? He said, yes, it is new. In fact, this was the first time we were doing it. He said there were two ops that were watching it back in Arizona. And he told me that the reason that they were doing it was because, Candace, he said, Charlie, he was so ambitious and it wasn't fast enough that it was all being live streamed. He wanted people to live cut the clips so that they could be the first people to get it on the internet. He didn't want to, he's like, not even a second to be wasted. So live streaming, which everybody can watch, but they were racing some people to get the clips out faster than anybody else because Charlie's ambitious. Now, I got a little suspicious and he could sense that I was now growing increasingly suspicious with every random thing that he was saying. He sent me a video that I didn't ask for. I wanted to see the footage. He then sends me a video. And I guess this was supposed to work as some sort of an alibi. I don't know if he thought that I thought that he shot Charlie. I certainly did not think that he was involved in pulling a trigger and killing Charlie Kirk. I actually don't know why this video, I don't know what this video could have done that he sent me other than to make me feel even more uncomfortable. Because the video he sent me is quite shocking. It's also the reason that I knew that Tyler Boyer was lying when he tweeted that this guy was commanded by the police to take down the cameras.
Yeah, so that's strange. That right there, I agree with her. That is freaking strange. Why would you say that? Why would you say that the police told you to do something? You know the police ain't tell you to do that. The police is not going to tell somebody to take down no freaking cameras, man. That's, again, some of the things that she says is credible. I'm not trying to just smear her and say that she's just, totally wrong. She's right about some things and right to question some things. But it's just the way that she's going about it and then connecting dots that you just can't connect. Things that are strange to her, a person that, that does these things or knows about these things would say, no, that's not strange at all. Like when she said that the shot was impossible, that it was an impossible shot. And this is the reason, you guys. She says all these types of things. The shot was an impossible shot. There's no way that a bullet got stuck under or didn't come out of Charlie, that it was lodged in the skin. And she made fun of the person for saying that it did. And then she had to come back out and say, well, okay, I have found out with 100% certainty. I have verified. You can take it to the bank. The bullet was found underneath Charlie's skin. Okay, so you basically been lying to us for this whole little past couple of weeks that we've been listening to you then. And now all of a sudden, and she don't tell you how she got the information. She never does that. And I can tell you where she got it, the FBI report. The FBI said that on the news. They say, yeah, this happened. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that it happened. And then beyond that, when she put out the video, right? The video of when she tried to make it so strange that people say vehicle. Which is another thing. Like all of these things add up to me. I know they probably don't add up to people that are like super Candace fans, but to me, it's being just objective out here, right? When you tell me that nobody uses the word vehicle, and then you yourself use the word vehicle all the time in your shows, right? And then you turn around and show a video of the kid saying that no kid talks like this, no 22-year-old kid talks like this and says vehicle, and you show a clip of him using the word car, but then omit the part right after that, which had to be cut because it was a police cam video, right? It was a police cam video, which means that you got the whole thing. They don't clip up the police videos; they run them all. So you had the full clip. And the way that my logic works, you had the full clip, or somebody on your team dropped the ball and gave you the clip after they cut it before the part of him saying vehicle, which came out right after she made these claims, right? After she lied to her audience and said that nobody used the word vehicle, and this kid definitely wouldn't use the word vehicle. You didn't come back out and correct it after it was proven that the kid, the one that you're talking about that wouldn't use the word, actually used the word. But you didn't come back out and say, hey, y'all, I got a bad tip. My team screwed up. I didn't see the whole video. My bad. He did use the word vehicle. No, you just left it for everybody, that didn't see the full clip, because a lot of your viewers only get their sources from you. So they didn't see the full clip. There's still people arguing right now. Last night, I was in a freaking live on Instagram where Suni and Mo never seen the clip. They seen the clip that you showed of him saying car, and we're running with the whole thought process of he didn't say vehicle. Never seen the clip right after of him actually saying vehicle. So a lot of your viewers are so staunchly behind you because they don't know that you're misinforming them and not correcting your own thing. You didn't come back out and correct yourself and say, yo, my bad. My bad, y'all. He did say vehicle. I just didn't see that part of the clip. You didn't do none of that. You just left it as it is so that your viewers that haven't seen it can stay, right there in Candyland with you. And yeah, that's the issue that I have with Candace. Again, some of what she's saying is valid, but it's hard. It's hard to take your word for anything when I can see through your BS, because I'm not a huge supporter, right? I want the truth, just like you want the truth. So I'm listening to what you say that is valid, and I'm taking away the good questions and the good propositions that you put forth, but I'm rejecting the bad because I know that you lied, and it's easy for me to see, and that's the difference between me and a really staunch Candace supporter, or me and somebody who just totally hates Candace Owens and can't hear anything good, as she says. So
he's lying because I have every minute of what this guy was doing, thanks to him having sent it to me, okay? Every minute of what he was doing before he took those cameras down. And there are only 4 minutes, by the way, before he takes those cameras down. So he's next to, and he is in front of Mikey McCoy when Charlie gets shot. Now, to his credit, he actually did see Charlie get shot. He saw in like a split second, sees Charlie bleeding and runs, and doesn't run very far. He just runs a couple of yards away. Now, I should mention that the camera guy, he too was also brought into the company by Tyler Boyer, okay?
Just for the record, Lucretia, I feel you. I don't do Blexit either. But they offered me to come and speak last year. It was the last year. They offered me to come out and speak at some event for Blexit, and I turned it down just because I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can't get behind Blexit. I'm sorry, with the people that they have, that they have speaking and the whole super coonery that goes on, I can't get behind that. So I didn't go.
And if you have worked with Charlie for this long, over a decade, and you watch Charlie Kirk get shot, what do you do? What would you do? I'm asking you this question at home. What would you do? I say two things that are pretty commonplace, right? You choose between fight or flight. You run towards him or you run away, and you run away far, because you don't know what's happening. Is it one shot? Are there multiple people? Are you being pursued? There's no way to process that. If you are going to be in flight, you should be sprinting and maybe calling 911. That's what I would have done if I wanted to run away and not towards Charlie to make sure he's okay. But this second close friend of Charlie chose to run just a few yards away up to a grassy knoll.
See? You see what I'm saying, y'all? You see what I'm saying? You can't dictate somebody's behavior just because you would react a certain way. Every human being is different. I would not react to a gunshot the same way that Candace would act to a gunshot. I've seen people get shot right in front of me, and you don't react the same way as somebody who ain't never seen nobody get shot. Matter of fact, a person that ain't never really been around no violence. You know what I'm saying? You can't dictate how somebody's going to react just because you would react a certain way. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, You're leading people. And people always say, well, she never said this. She never said that. She never said to hate the Jews. She never said that Trump did it. She never said, no, that's not what she does. I need you guys to understand this. Candace points you to a way of thinking. She never flat out says it. She just leads you along the path to the line of thinking that she wants you to have so that you make the conclusion. You make the statement that she's not making. She's only insinuating things, and that keeps her safe from lawsuits. She insinuates things so you ain't never going to be able to catch Candace up in a lawsuit because she never flat out says it. She leads you to think it, and then you go on social media, and then you spew all the things that she led you to believe. That's what it is. That's how she does it.
To take out his phone. A couple of seconds later, he takes out his phone and he begins recording himself. It's a selfie video. Takes a video of himself. So let's watch that video.
They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie.
He said they just shot Charlie. Who is they? Right? That's the question I'm sure that's going to be asked, and I have not watched this, but I'm sure she's probably about to ask, who are they? Because that's what she's been doing. Who are they? And she's going to lead you to a line of thinking of who they are. When I heard they, right now, when he said that, in my mind, you know who I'm thinking about? The left. Automatically, in my mind, I'm thinking about the left because they are the ones that have the biggest problem with Charlie Kirk. Right? That's what my mind. Let's see where she goes with it. And I have not watched this. Let's see where she goes with it.
They just shot Charlie. He's dead. God help him.
You got to give her props, though, boy. She be coming out with some footage. I ain't never even seen this video. You got to give her team or whoever props because they be finding every little thing, boy, and sending it to her. She be on that, man, whoever her team is.
That's the first time it was announced, actually, that Charlie Kirk was dead. It's kind of weird. Go ahead, catch your breath. Hit rewind, watch it again, watch it over and over again like I did, because you're probably thinking out loud, what the F did I just watch? What's going on?
I didn't think that.
What were Charlie's closest friends and allies and the people that were going to carry on the torch doing? Oh.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Dude's hiding for cover. He's behind the wall. From the direction that the shot came, he's behind the wall to where he can't get popped. And you're questioning that. Like, what were they doing? Like, they're not doing... What do you want him to do?
Picking up phone calls that they were already on and filming themselves and prematurely announcing when not a single person could have known that Charlie Kirk is dead.
What do you mean? What do you mean they could not have known? Listen to me. I've seen brothers get shot in front of me and knew, oh yeah, they dead. They're dead. They definitely dead. One of which I was wrong. When my man Creeper got shot, 357. Literally, I'm standing on the other side of the street. He's on the other corner of the street. Car pulls up. He throws a Frosty or a slushie at the dude. Dude pulls out a 357. Boom. Puts a hole in his back this big, man. And I'm like, yeah, he's dead. He's dead. He lived. I was wrong. But I automatically thought that he was dead. What do you mean? How would they know? Their logical brain, they just seen a man get popped in his neck and blood squirting out. What would you think? Why? And this is what I mean when I say she's leading people to... Come on, bro. You want them to... What you're trying to insinuate right here is that they had something to do with it, because how would they know that Charlie was dead? Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. This is the disgusting behavior that I be talking about. That's disgusting. Now we're beyond asking questions. Now we're painting people to be a part of a conspiracy to kill their friend. That's the issue that I have for all the people that wonder why I come at Candace like this. It's because of that. That's messed up, bro.
Less than a minute. Declared dead. No instinct to run towards him. No instinct to run further away, maybe because you got to backtrack and go get the cameras a minute after this ends is when he goes and gets the cameras, okay? Rather, let me record me and my reaction, which doesn't actually feel to me to be too distraught, okay? In fact, if this is one of those videos that made me so upset that I was like mad at other people, you know? Like I was like mad at Savannah.
We know you're mad at a lot of people. Mad at Israel the most.
I saw Mikey McCoy's reaction. Now I'm looking at this guy's reaction. I'm like, Savannah, like one of the homies.
So you're mad at the reaction? They didn't react the way that you wanted them to react, so that's why you're mad? Are you kidding me, Candace? Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. It gets hard to watch. And we're halfway through the show right now. And God, now you're making it hard for me to watch you. This is what I'm saying. Like it's the same every show. Starts off, okay, I'm scratching my head. Towards the middle part, I'm getting frustrated. And by the end, I'm like, yeah, you're full-blown crazy.
I get assassinated. You film yourself. I get assassinated. You're talking about my succession plan. A couple of days later, I get assassinated. You're lying about little things about me. Everything Turning Point is doing is wrong. And you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong deep down.
So how are you going to call them wrong and not call yourself wrong? You're calling them wrong based off of how you feel they should have reacted. How are you not wrong for what you're doing and leading people to believe that these people had something to do with it based off of your feeling of them not reacting the way that they should have reacted? And how do you not see the flaw in yourself, man? It's crazy.
And I want to say this because there has been a lot of reading in between the lines. It's strange to me. I think I'm a very direct person and I say what I mean. And I do.
Bro, I can't watch you. The guy filmed himself a couple minutes after his friend is dead. Yeah, this is the age that you live in, bro. People were recording George Floyd dying. People record all the time when you ever seen World Star? Y'all don't remember World Star? Maybe it's just where I'm from in the hood, but when something bad would happen, somebody got shot, somebody got jumped, somebody got beat, somebody cocktailed a house and the house is on fire. World Star, and you're recording it. People have been desensitized. That's what we are trained to do, bro. You just pull your phone out and start recording. How is that strange to anybody? Like, what world have you been living in to where you think that it's strange that people record horrific accidents? People go online and talk about things when they feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in, bro. You don't gotta like it, but it ain't strange. Come on, man.
Not want people to mistake what's happening right now or to wrongly assume my intentions here. So allow me to be very explicit, okay? I want war with all of you, okay? All of you. And there's a reason. I'm going to get to that reason in a little bit, but I want more with all of you. So write your articles, issue your statements, email the White House, reach out for comment, okay? Say whatever it is you want to say about me. I want more with all of you. Because I know if this isn't right. And there is no way you are going to convince me and the rest of the world that all of this is normal.
Okay. Again, let me break this down for you. You say she is presenting what she's gathering, not telling you what to believe. You probably didn't hear anything that I just said. Okay. She's not presenting what she's gathering. She's making a conclusion in her mind, not telling you exactly what that conclusion is, but leading you to believe what it is that she believes. She's trying to insinuate that these people had to be in on it. She's insinuating it. By the way that they didn't react, she's insinuating. This is not her gathering, and this is not intelligence that she's gathered. This is her own opinion, her own thoughts. and she's directing the hate and directing the blame towards these people who she says were around Charlie, his best friends, that didn't react the way that she thinks that they should have reacted, which is implicating them and having something to do with what happened to Charlie. How is anybody, am I tripping, you guys? Am I tripping right now, or is that what you guys are gathering as well of what she's doing? This is why it's disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Because I don't feel like I'm tripping.
We're not just going to keep on going and jump into a succession plan. We're going to figure out what the hell happened on September 10th first. And I'm going to tell you guys, Charlie had a vision. We'll get to that after a few ads.
Here we go with the ads.
All right, you guys.
Let's fast forward.
Little creature.
Okay, here we go. Right about here. Last ad. There we go. Okay.
Yourself, or you'll get a full product refund, no questions asked. Take control today with Just Thrive. Again, that's justthrivehealth.com with promo code Candace. Now it's time to share private messages. You know what's so funny to me is, I don't know, I feel like they are now steeped in psychology for toddlers. It's so obvious what's coming down the pipeline. The things, oh, it's not appropriate to share private messages unless we do it. Unless we're up on stage talking about private conversations and making stuff up that definitely didn't happen. I mean, I think it was actually Pastor McCoy's speech. Charlie wanted me to lead the next movement. Charlie told me I'm America's pastor, he said. Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he called you America's pastor. And so, yeah, I will be doing whatever I want to do until the truth is told about what happened on 9/10. We should start with Josh Hammer, by the way, because he really has now become the king of defying no stereotypes, where we last left off, obviously.
Hey, can we all just real quick mention the fact that she made a face or an X post talking about how she's going to be violating the gag order for the world on the world's behalf? Sis, you're not a part of the gag order. You're not even a part of the investigation, so the gag order doesn't apply to you. But yet all her people running with it. She's going to violate the gag order. She's so brave. She's so heroic. She didn't have a gag order. She's just doing what she's been doing, and she can do it freely. This is America. It's freedom of speech. She doesn't have a gag order. She's not a part of the freaking case. Come on.
He is now infamous for just being such a deceitful little creature. The text message exchange, Josh Hammer caught, hand in the cookie jar. I'm talking way in the cookie jar. No other way to say it, right? Charlie gets killed. He, on the same day, starts pushing his book. Charlie's last words were, buy my book, buy Josh Hammer's book. The night before, he never even flinched on Israel. He loved Israel so much. And then I just waited, because we're fishing now. And I knew they would do this. I knew liars have to lie fast and first. And he did. He lied. He lied over and over and over again about his position on Israel. And when he got caught, you would think that he would have a shred of decency. You would think he would have a shred of humility. You would think he would apologize for lying about Charlie's position on Israel. But he didn't. He just sort of doubled down. He sort of Israeled down, if you will. And it sort of gave me an idea for a little miniseries, a little recurring miniseries that we'll probably have on this show. An HBO miniseries, by the way, executively produced by me. I want to show it to you guys now. It's a trailer that we put together. I sure hope you guys like it. Take a listen.
Okay, there it is. There it is. So it's funny that comment just came up that she's getting sued for $50 million, and then she's directing. She's a director now. She's got this trailer that she wants to show us, and we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it just to help her out, right? But I got asked last night by Mo and Suni, what would be her motive? Why would she be doing this other than, she just wants the truth to come out? Bro, money. Well, Candace got money. She's got money. Yes, but you have to keep money coming through. When you get as big as Candace has gotten and have as many properties as Candace and her husband have, you have to keep the money flow going. So if you think that she's not, why do you think she runs ads? Huh? If it was simply, come on, if it was simply about the truth and she doesn't need the money, right? Why do you run an ad? Why do you run an ad? And then the more people that you have watching that watch that ad, you get more money. It's not hard to but think why would she be doing all of this? Bro, like the reason why everybody else do it. We need some money. Yeah, we about getting the truth out, but we need some money. Okay? She needs some money. A lot of money. She's getting sued big time. All right?
How Charlie Kirk was actually feeling about the pressure he was receiving from pro-Israel Zionist donors to Turning Point USA.
Charlie definitely was not someone who liked to be bullied by donors, as we saw in those text messages.
Their Jewish donors to TPUSA played into the worst stereotypes of Jewish people.
Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this.
A few moments later.
I'm talking to lawyers. I think I'm a lawyer with my background. I clerked for federal appeals.
Yo, she's stupid though. I ain't gonna lie. That is funny. Come on, she put the funny music behind it, y'all. That's funny.
Judge, I know a thing or two about United States constitutional law. I think that we have a potentially serious case here for defamation, and I'm very much speaking with lawyers, and we'll see what happens.
Curb your Zionism. There it is, right there. It's what it all comes down to, right there, right? There's just hatred for the. Well, I mean, I'm not knocking her for having hatred towards Zionism because I've been studying what Zionism is, and I don't agree with Zionism either. But she goes too far, bro. She just does.
Well done, Joshy. Well done. Very good, Joshy. Try your best to curb your Zionism. I know it's hard, but do your best. Too funny. Also, I want to shout out John Miller on X. He made me laugh. I mean, I was really laughing when I saw his tweet about Josh Hammer threatening to sue me. He just wrote this, and it said it all. He said, they really trying to make us believe this is the good guy. LMAO. I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, he just looks like a Bond supervillain. That's just what he looks like. And by the way, that's a lot of words to say what I always say. Like, we don't know, but we know. And on Josh Hammer, yeah, we know. You're not the good guy, okay? You have to believe in your gut. I keep telling you guys over and over again, your gut matters more, right? Your subconscious picks up on things before your conscience does. Which brings me to dreams, by the way, because before I went on break, many people were triggered.
I don't know what happened, y'all. My bad. That was on me. I think I clicked the button. That was straight up on me. My bad. Let me pull her back up. I'm sorry. Yo, that's crazy. My bad. All right, here we go. We're back. We're back at it.
Whereupon Charlie told me that he had been betrayed. And so he's been betrayed. That's it. There's a lot I could say here. If I had known that me discussing my dreams was going to trigger so many people, I would have started every other show like Martin Luther King Jr. I'm like, I had a dream. And like I said, this one was clear. Charlie told me that he was betrayed. He actually said more than that, actually. But we're fishing, right? So let's be patient. What I want you guys to know about Charlie is he also used to dream very vividly. Because we traveled together so much, he would wake up, we would text, and he would tell me about those vivid dreams. And we talked about a lot of things, as you do when you get to know somebody. We talked about the spiritual realm. We talked about religion, our faith, most importantly, what our life's purpose was. And there was this period in April where...
I'm sorry, but am I tripping, or does she take you like on an emotional roller coaster? One point is conspiracies, then it's heartfelt stories, and then it's condemning a pastor and talking about him, and he's not a parent. Why do you do that? That's another thing. Why do you always, because as somebody who says that you're a believer, right? Why is it that you got so much to say? You demonize people. I ain't seen the pastor say nothing wrong. I ain't seen the pastor, be malicious towards anybody or anything like that. But yet you want to demonize the pastor for what? Because you disagree with him? Like, well, where is Christ in you, Candace?
Charlie kept insisting to me over and over again that he was going to die young. In fact, he told me that Turning Point USA was going to be the death of him. And I'm going to allow you to read his words. And it's funny how this came about, because when I was in Wyoming, I went outside, I was writing, like physically needed to write, to put pen to paper and to pray. And I was sitting in the sun overlooking the mountains. And right when I concluded my prayer, I opened my eyes and I saw a massive bald eagle, and it just made me feel at peace. It's one of those moments where you just are in nature, you see something beautiful, and it makes you feel at peace. And then I felt the need to start going through messages and conversations between me and Charlie. And sure enough, I stumbled upon many messages of him telling me how he would die. And I'm going to show you some of those messages now, a particular set of messages that were written on April 6th, 2018, just a couple.
Again with the old messages. Candace, you just made a funny joke that you have no problem showing all these text messages. Since you demand from everybody else, right? You demand people show you. I'm demanding that you show me the text messages between you and Charlie from before he passed away, of him talking about bringing you back on stage with him. I'm demanding that you show text messages between you and Charlie stating that he was switching his belief system and about to join you on your Hitler campaign. I want to see those text messages. That's all.
Couple of weeks before Kanye tweeted, "I love the way Candace Owens thinks," which is relevant because a lot of things changed after that tweet. And it's relevant because Charlie sensed that something big was about to happen. And I think that is what the something big was. I also want to say, obviously, I am not making up these messages. Okay. Turning Point. Actually, Mikey McCoy has access to all of Charlie Kirk's messages. They can tell you that these ones are real. Here is what he wrote. We were again talking about Kanye. Charlie wrote to me, "You're going to be the Iron Lady of America." He had such a political vision for me. I never wanted that sort of a thing. I see it so freaking clearly. I might be Moses,
I hope so, Jennifer. I hope I do.
though I might not see this whole thing through. LMAO. If that is the case, be my David. I said, dude, you haven't even realized your power yet. You're so young, was what I was thinking. He said, if I tell you the true prophecy that I know in my gut, it's really sad, but I hope it's wrong. He went on to say, anyway, I am not sure if I will live to see the end of this revolution. I believe you were the piece that God meant me to meet that will finish the fight. Since the beginning of TPUSA, I knew in my gut that I might get wiped out at any time. I cannot explain it, but I dream about it all the time, like all the time. Anyway, that's depressing combo for another time, LMAO. I said, that's weird, more of a fear manifestation than an actualization. He said, I'm not really afraid of it, but I'm just telling you what I know to be true. And he told me that.
Okay. Heartfelt. Very heartfelt. But it's funny because those texts are from 2018. And to see how much you have changed since then. Because if he really did feel that way before he passed, I mean, you would have been right there with him, you know? It would have been Candace and Charlie. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It just wasn't.
Told me that. I don't know why. Charlie knew he was going to die young. And I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share that because it
I think maybe he felt like he was going to die. Baby girl. My daughter beating on my door. Charlie Kirk probably felt like he was going to die young because at the time we had a radical, I mean, even still, radical leftist going off. See, this right here doesn't go with your narrative at all, and either, because at this time, I'm sure he wasn't thinking anything about Israel or Jewish donors or anything like that, right? He was probably looking at the radical left and the political climate and how it was shifting. And at this time, we have the rise of BLM. And then the year after that, in 2019, we had the Summer of Love. We had all types of stuff going on. So in no way was he thinking about anything other than radical leftists, which ironically is exactly what took him out. So that prophecy that he had actually was fulfilled because it was a radical leftist that took Charlie out. So his vision was right. And maybe you were supposed to be a part, and you did play your part, Candace. I'm not going to take that from you. You did play a big part and you know, Turning Point USA and the spread in the movement and all of that, which is really sad to see how you've changed. Because now it's I don't even know what it is that you're pushing except for, hate Israel. Which, hey, if that's what you want to do your thing. I don't care one way or the other. I'm an American. I ain't got no stake in Israel. But you've changed. You're no longer that vision that Charlie had. You don't fit it anymore.
Is in part why the moment that Charlie got shot, I just knew he was betrayed spiritually. In the same way that Charlie knew that he was going to die young, I knew that this was a part of something bigger. And so I wanted to say to you guys, to the people that betrayed Charlie, I would recommend that you come clean, okay? I would recommend that you come clean because Charlie said some other things. And I look at these things now and I think, wow, it's almost prophetic.
Right? So wait, time out. So again, now let's look at this thing as a whole. So the people that betrayed Charlie, what are you getting at? Just come out and say it. What are you getting at? The people betrayed Charlie how? Like they had him killed? Is that what you're saying? That's just be very clear. Are you saying that the people that betrayed Charlie had something to do with his death? Are you saying that the people that betrayed Charlie hired Tyler Robinson? Are you saying that the people that betrayed Charlie are the people that you seen selfieing behind the wall talking about what are you saying, Candace? So that it's not ambiguous. Don't just insinuate, be bold. Make a clear, concise statement about what you believe. Candace, how did they betray him? That's what I want to know. I'm still waiting to understand how it is that did they just betray him because, they didn't react the way that you wanted them to react. Is that the betrayal? I don't get it. What's the betrayal? Tell me, please. I want to know because I've been watching your show and you've yet to really state what it is that you truly believe.
Right? It's almost prophecy. And I can tell you that this is a story that will have a happy ending, a tragedy that will have a happy ending. The world is going to learn the truth about this. They are. I would recommend that you come clean. There are lines in the sand that are being drawn right now between good and evil. Many of you have picked the evil side. Do you?
Oh my God. Oh my God. She just said the line is being drawn between good and evil, and you have picked the evil side. So I take it that you believe that you are on the good side, huh, Candace? You're on the good side? No, note that.
Podcasters, people that make videos, people that are taking money to tell people don't look over there. I would recommend you stop doing that. You don't have to listen to me. You probably won't listen to me. And to people that betrayed Charlie, you probably won't come clean. Likely because you're scared now. You should be scared, but you're the wrong kind of scared, okay? Fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. There is more. This is not it. I'm aware of that. That's why I've chosen to be on the side of goodness and truth, no matter what the cost is. I've picked
Nothing.
my side. I don't care about any of you. I can't wait to read your articles after this. Okay? That's breakfast for me. That inspires me now. Can't wait to read your loony tweets. I can't wait for you to lie about things that I've said. I cannot wait because you know what? On a hike that Charlie and I were on in Wyoming one time.
Shout out to Blue Dauntless. You hit it on the head. Thank you.
We were discussing the death penalty. Like he was asking, like, what's your position on the death penalty? And I told him, I've always been against it. And typically that's a theological conversation. Christians go back and forth on it. Do you have a right to take a life? I'm on the side that no, we don't have a right to take a life. But my position on it isn't even entirely theological. I said to Charlie, the reason I'm against it is because
time out. Binary, I love you. I do. But you're difficult because again, you're saying she's asking questions. She's not asking questions. Right now, are you not listening to her? She's not asking a question. She's literally saying that people betrayed Charlie. not telling you who, not telling you how. She's telling you that people betrayed Charlie. She's telling you that she's going to reveal that you better choose a side. And I don't know how you're, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It is. It is.
Death is easy. You're here and then you're not. It's like falling asleep, right? You're here 1 second and then you're not. Think about passing out or fainting. People that commit grave evil and we're giving them death, that's it. Yeah. I always say they deserve more than that. And for people that are involved, and many people that are involved in this, not the lone shooter, at different stages, people that are involved, people that know things, that are watching this, maybe in an office cubicle and know things. I want you to know that if you choose not to come clean, you are about to become very famous. Okay? I am talking like through the ages famous, the kind of fame that most people cannot even comprehend. I cannot comprehend that level of fame. Like I'm talking about the level of fame that can kill a name. You know what I mean? Like nobody names their kid Judas anymore.
Oh God.
Nobody names their kid Adolf anymore. I'm talking about that level of fame. Infamy. So I'd come clean. I think there's a way out for you if you come clean and you get with God.
Come clean about what? Candace, this is what I'm saying. You know, how are the candies? How are the Candyland people? How are y'all not like, how are you not scratching your head? It's just always just defend. We're not even saying nothing wrong. We're just asking for a little bit of clarity here. Okay? What are you talking about? What do they need to come clean about? Just say that. What do you want them to come clean about? Is that fair? What do you want them to come clean? And then how did they betray? Like, what's the betrayal that you're talking about? We've seen the text. We've seen the tweet. We've seen that. Everybody has betrayed Charlie Kirk. Everyone. And I have enough to bring the house down. Bring it down then. What you waiting for? Well, ratings. I got to read these next. I got 120 more ads I got to read within the next month. So it's going to be long and drawn out, but there's a reason why I'm drawing it out, everybody. If I reveal it all right now, your heads will explode. It'll be too much to handle. No, Candace, if you got all this stuff to bring the house down, you got all this and you know who betrayed and why not just say it now? I'll tell you why, because this is a cliffhanger. How far in the show are we? Oh yeah, we're almost to the end. So this is the cliffhanger. This right here, we're heading to the cliffhanger, everybody. Scratching our heads. Who is she talking about? Who betrayed Charlie? Who is it that she's going to bring down? Oh, we've got to watch tomorrow. You watch tomorrow, and then you'll get it. You'll get it, guys.
Anyways, I'd like to say something in finality to the many of you who would like to shut me up, who have been trying very hard to shut me up. No, I think I'm going to go ahead and be Charlie's David. I'm not going to stop talking about Charlie Kirk's death. In fact, instead of trying to make me shut up, you should do something else. I think your time would be better spent trying to stop the sun from rising. You'd have more success if you spent your time trying to stop the sun from rising than trying to get me to shut up about who killed Charlie Kirk.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. So let's assume she's talking to the people that she is alleging took out Charlie Kirk. You just came from vacation in Wyoming. You use technology. And if these people are so demonic and so evil and got all this power, you think that they would have better luck to stopping the sun from rising than getting you? Yo, you are a narcissist, sis. You are a narcissist for real. I don't want you to shut up. I just want to know what the hell you are talking about. If these people could take out Charlie Kirk at a freaking, in front of thousands of people at a college campus, you don't think that they could come and get you? But you think you more protected? You think you got more God's favor on you? Like, what is it? What is the thing that makes you think that you're just untouchable? And let me just say, I pray to God that nobody touches Candace Owens. But God, like the level of just, oh my God. God help her.
He knew he was going to die, and he knew that I was going to be the person that had the spine to stand up for him. What he didn't know, I don't think he knew, was that millions of people around the world who maybe don't have a microphone, okay, who maybe don't have a podcast, who maybe can't write articles for the Daily Mail, are standing by him, are standing on the side of goodness. And we are going to see this thing out. And like I said, there will be justice, not the fake kind, not the Tyler Robinson kind, actual justice.
So again, there we are. Back to that. You don't think that Tyler Robinson is the one that shot Charlie Kirk? That's crazy to me, man. I mean, honest to God, like that is crazy to me. You ain't shown no shred of evidence that would lead anybody to believe that Tyler Robinson ain't the one that shot him, other than your feelings and your vibes. All evidence points to Tyler Robinson is the one that shot him. All evidence. But that's fake justice. Tyler Robinson didn't do it. He's just a patsy.
We'll take a brief break here, and then we'll get to some of your comments. All right, you guys, jumping in to tell you about the wellness company because it is officially cold.
Shut up. Jesus.
We did run out of the new Tumblr, being I've ever come across. And that's amazing considering Alec Baldwin is her father. Roseanne Barr wrote, "Monster, if I see this BITCH, I'll knock her the F out. Keeping it classy." Eminem wrote, "Dirtbag in a skirt." I don't even feel like I wear that many skirts, so that's impressive. Jojo Siwa, that's my favorite one. "Candace and I do not F with each other. I would have you on my show anytime. I always tell you that. And I love that you look like you're a lot happier than you were a few years ago." Ben Shapiro, notoriously on that table, said, "Her faux sophistication has been ridiculous, so I'm keeping it faux sophisticate." And Chrissy Teigen wrote, "Go the F away already, you dumb, soulless panderingle." Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you for all the people that supported this. You guys can go to makehimasandwich.com.
You need to do that. That's what you need to do. You need to get off of this podcast and go in the kitchen and make him a sandwich. Stop this. This is ridiculous. And it all comes down to this. Book sales, Tumblr sales, ad revenue. I get it. I ain't knocking your hustle, but, you know, I mean, I guess you making this content helps me to be able to make my content, so I appreciate you. Thank you for that. But, God, come on, man. All this, you let us down, all this just to talk to us for the last 10 minutes of your show about making sandwiches. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Candace is Candace, you know? Candace is Candace. I mean, what else? I mean, what can we say here, guys? What can we say? I think I bookmarked something that I wanted to show you guys. Let me see. What is it? Oh, this guy. Nick Fuentes. No, we're not even going to give him no airtime. It's all right. Oh, okay. So that's really all I got, man. I mean, wow. At first, again, you guys see what happens, right? You see what happens. I try to lean in and watch some Candace Owens and see if she got anything new. And at first, I scratched my head. She got me. She's good at that. The hook. Her hooks are good, bro. Can't nobody knock Candace Owens' podcast skills, content creation skills. She is phenomenal. 100% phenomenal. I'll give her that. Flowers for Candace on that one because she hooked me. I'm over here thinking like, yo, that is strange. And then I watched the rest of the show and I'm like, no, it's not that strange at all. It's just not. And you showed me that to hook me to try to string me into your crazy line of thinking where you're not asking questions anymore. That whole show was not asking questions. It was making insinuations. The same way that she insinuated that Trump, the feds, and Israel took out Charlie Kirk. Did you guys see that? Or are we going to pretend like she didn't say that? Let's pull it up. Let me see if I can find it. Names. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is. There we go. Here we go. Let's pull this up. Are we going to pretend like she didn't say this? That's what I want to know. Let's see. I think this is the right clip. Let's watch it. Oh, hold on. Share screen. Right there. There we go. Here we go.
Just really needed to just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them?
Right there. All right. Y'all heard it, right? What is with them giving a holiday to people after they kill them? Who gave Charlie Kirk the holiday? Trump. So is that not insinuating? She didn't say Trump. She just said, what is with them, they, giving people a holiday after they kill them? Okay?
Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday.
A boulevard and a holiday. So now she's implicated too. He got a holiday here in America and apparently a boulevard in Israel. Okay? So she just basically said that Trump and Israel killed Charlie Kirk. That's what she's insinuating. Am I wrong? Or is this not how communication works? That's what she's communicating, right?
They definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not gonna be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these couple of weeks, these last really kind of 6 weeks.
There it is. There it is. The government, they cover it up. They give him a holiday. MLK Jr., we know from court, was killed by them as others. Again. What do you see? This is what I'm saying. You're being disingenuous, Binary. You're biased. You're biased because you're a Candace lover. Okay, you're biased. She specifically, if you watch the whole video, starts talking about Trump and how Trump, she doesn't feel the same about Trump, and then goes into saying they. Who gave Charlie the holiday, Binary? Who decided to give Charlie Kirk the holiday, Binary? Who in our government said we're giving Charlie Kirk a holiday and announced the day for Charlie Kirk, Binary? I'm waiting. Who was it? Somebody in the comments help me out. Who gave Charlie Kirk the holiday? Papa Trump. Exactly. That's called insinuating. And she insinuated that Trump and Israel gave the boulevard, killed Charlie Kirk because they gave him a holiday and a boulevard. Okay, look at everybody else gets it. Everybody else gets it, Binary. Everyone else understands and gets it. That doesn't mean that our president did this to Charlie. Amen. Exactly. But according to Candace, that's exactly what it means. Okay? But this is why I say, with the people that are just totally in love with Candace Owens, right? You can't never just be honest. You can't. And I would respect it more if you just said, look, I'm not going to talk bad about Candace because I love her. And just keep it like that. Keep it like that. Say, no, you're deciding that. No. Yes, I am deciding that because that's what she insinuated. That's the whole argument that I'm making of what Candace Owens does. And it's not clicking, Binary. It's not clicking for you. That's what she does. She insinuates things for people to make a conclusion. Okay? That's what she's trying to get people to believe. All right? That's it. Come on. It's not hard. Oh, okay. Let's see these comments. Let's see what you guys are talking about over here. So you say, I can't decide if she's more skilled at word salad than Kamala. Yeah, she definitely is. She's pretty good. Who was the one to sign the EO declaring the holiday? It wasn't the Secretary of War or the Secretary of State. It was POTUS. So they is directly inferring POTUS. That's exactly how it works. I mean, you get it. Everybody else that's not stuck in Candyland, you understand exactly what she did there. Everybody does. It's the people that are stuck in Candyland that can't see past it. A Pennsylvania lawmaker introduced legislation to honor Kirk with the state holiday. Yeah. This is how they would come after you. If this is how they would come after you, I would stand for you too. Well, you're not standing for her in a sense of standing for something that she's doing is right. We're calling out a wrong that she just did. Okay, insinuating something that's obviously wrong. Trump didn't have nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination. There's nothing to make people believe that Trump had anything to do with his assassination, but she just implied that, okay? Who pardoned the J6 heroes? Trump did that all day long. Shout out to Trump. Candyland, I just got that. Yeah, exactly. That's Candyland. That's what we're calling it. Candyland, so good. Yeah, that came from, what's his name? The Wit podcast, I think is who he started that, and I'm repeating what he said. So give him a follow if you guys like that. That dude's he's on top of Candace. Even if I know you're wrong, it's your right to speak. That's true. Nobody's arguing that. But to justify somebody being wrong, if you were to okay me being wrong, well then you're wrong too. If you didn't call out any of my wrongs, well then you're a part of the problem in society. Plain and simple. You call out people's wrongs. And if you decide, I would not call your wrongs out, Cash, because you're my friend and I don't want to do that, I'll talk to you privately, I understand that. That's okay. But to excuse somebody's wrongs when you know that they're wrong is wrong. You're a part of the problem in society. The same thing with me and Trump, right? I'm biased when it comes to Trump. So instead of saying what I feel is wrong about Trump, I just won't. I just be like, all right, look, y'all can have that argument. I'm out of this one, and I'm biased. I'll flat out say it. Look, I'm biased, so I don't even want to be a part of this conversation because I'm biased, and I'm honest about it. Be honest about it. That's all. Trump gave it to him, but it was Pence that introduced the legislation to give it to him. Okay, true enough. Still doesn't change the fact of what she did. Got to get ready for work. Great show, Cash Kelly. God bless. God bless, Patrice. I hope you have a great day at work. No, not Whitaker, not Jason Whitaker, but he's also pretty dope too. Or is it Jason Whitaker? It might be him. You might be right. You might be right. I think it is Jason Whitaker. Matter of fact, you might be right. We don't believe in the lefties' BS ideas, but our military defend their right to speak them regardless. You're going off into something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But I hear you. Cash, you're my hero. Thank you, Jamie. I love you. I appreciate you. There is a line between free speech and defamation. That's exactly right. I'm not going to claim that you're right when you're wrong. I'm too honest for that. But I will defend your right to say what you believe, right or wrong. I don't even understand what that means. I'm not going to claim that you're right when you're wrong. But that's what you're doing for Candace. You're claiming she's right when she's wrong. That's exactly what you're doing. But it's okay. I understand. I still love you. Yes, he's the Jay Witt. Yes, it was Jason Whitaker. I think you got it. You said it right. So yeah, Jay Witt podcast. He's pretty dope, you guys. Check him out. Pennsylvania. Yeah, shout out to Pennsylvania for doing that. That's pretty dope. So yeah, that's about it, guys. That's all I got. I just wanted to come on and talk to you for a little bit since, I had a little bit of free time after doing what I had to do for the CDL, baby. Got that CDL coming, y'all. I'm about to be driving. I hope y'all have a fantastic day, man. God bless you guys. Every single one of y'all. My Candyland peoples, God bless you guys. My anti-Candyland people, God bless you guys. At the end of the day, it's good to have conversations and disagree with people. Praying for Candace Owens, that God would just, have an encounter with her, man, and get her back on track, because I don't know, she's, in my mind, she's lost it. But that's it. That's my opinion. God bless y'all. And to the people that are going to get in my comments being nasty and being all upset, look, don't. I still love you, okay? Y'all have a good day. Catch y'all later.